Good morning, YouTube. This is man already George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, this is tell you the truth, the year's about over. We just got maybe a month and a couple weeks left of 2021. I mean, time really flies, and bodybuilding is about to wind down. There's a few more shows out there, but female bodybuilding has very few stages to be on, and there's a couple of shows that they have left, and this is one of them. This is one of the second to last shows for the women's bodybuilding season, and this is the Romanian Musclefest Pro. Now, this has been a while for quite some time. It was a show that started by the great Miss Kappa. It was an opportunity for competitors overseas who, wanted to compete, but, didn't have the funds or the transportation to make it here to the States. And I think this is a great show. And I call it kind of like, to me, in my mindset, it's like more of a true bodybuilding show, And they already got the stage set and open. The show is starting tomorrow. And over in Romania and Europe, they're I think maybe half a day ahead of us in time. So they already did already put it in. Everybody got registered and everybody's ready. Should be there. And also in Romania, not like with other countries, they don't have those heavy restrictions for travel. As competitors, you can go over there, compete, and come back. Anyway, I saw the list. I wanted to wait for a while for actually saw the full list because, last time I did a list, I did the list for the last show. They added on maybe a couple more people, and I saw the list. And the list was originally 4 competitors, but it picked up, and it went up to 8 ladies competing at the show. I was hoping maybe a few more would jump in, but it is the cost of travel, the expense, and then with things still going on, some people don't want to take the risk of going out of country and coming back, and you got to be careful. But this is even though it's a small list, it's a decent list. I mean, there's some ladies here. Some you might recognize maybe at most a couple, but the rest are women who I just there's a good contingent of women bodybuilders overseas, and and it's just that that's why this is a good thing about the Romanian Muscle Fest. It gives opportunity for those competitors who have the, like I said, the means to come here. Visa issues. It's easier for them to travel amongst Europe and it's from overseas to here to the United States. Now, first off on the list, we have Myla Ash. Myla Ash, she back in 2020, she made the switch from women's physique to women's bodybuilding, and she won the 2020 New York Pro, which got her at the Olympia, which got her 4th place. Well, Myla didn't do too good in the last couple of shows. He was second to bottom at the Romanian, at the Rising Phoenix, and then she didn't even make the top 10 at the Olympia. But I follow her on social media. She said she's doing the show to maybe get a qualification for next year's Olympia, and she said she's going to come in better condition. I'm a fan of Myla Ash, and I told somebody she reminds me of Vicky Gates. I mean, like if you go back, you look at like classic early Vicky Gates, her build, her height, and also her looks also. And she's from Texas like Vicky. She has the same kind of light eyes. I think that's what draws me to her. She reminds me of Vicky Gates. Now, next up on the list, and it's going to get a little difficult because I'm not so good with certain names. And, right here is Nadia Kappa Soto. If I got her name wrong, she's from Italy. She also, like Myla, she was a physique competitor, but she made a switch this year. Now, last time she competed was 2039 as a physique competitor, but she competed at the Puerto Rico Pro, which earned her qualification to the Olympia. And I saw on the other list, she was on the list for women's physique. And I reached out to her because I follow her on social media. I said, what happened? Why are you switching? She said, no, it was a mistake somebody made. They put her on the wrong list. But she's competing in Women's Open. And I think she has an amazing physique. Just a beautiful Italian muscle woman. I mean, I think with Italian women, they have more of that darker complexion, natural darker complexion, depending on where you're from. If you're closer to the Mediterranean, you're a little bit more dark and complected. And she just has a great physique. She has great qualities. This reminds me of a lot of the classic women's bodybuilder for like maybe the mid-90s. And I think she may do good this show because it's, with a small lineup, I think it's a good chance. I think it's going to be a battle between her and Myla for for the top two, for the top spot. It's going to be a battle. Next up, we have Ivana Derikova. I want to get a name right. She's from the Czech Republic. And I think the Czech Republic has put us in great female bodybuilders. The late Anna Havani, Margie Zamalova. I mean, there's a lot of women from that country. And she competed recently at the Europa Championship show in Spain, but she was competing in women's physique. But now she made the switch from physique to bodybuilding. What it looks and if she comes in great size and what it looks, there's a good chance that she made the top three. And I think that's what judges are looking for. They're looking for women who are very feminine looking, great muscle. She might have those qualities. But I think depending, she might have to put a little more size, especially dealing with women bodybuilding. Next up we have here is Zezika Tazario. I am so sorry. These names are difficult, and I'm going to call her Miss Z, so it'll be a lot easier for me. And she is from Bosnia, and she competed as a physique competitor. She got a pro card back, you see, by around 2018, and this is, I think, might be her pro debut. And, she looks amazing. She has a great physique, a great body. I mean, the thing is, if you come in with that the right amount of size, she can do pretty good. And with a lot of women who jumping from physique to women's open, I mean, you got to become impressive. Here we won this Tana Flex, and she's from South Africa. And Miss Flex is a young upcoming competitor. She last competed back in 2019. And when everything's going down, she's been training, pumping up. I think she looks closer to that of a bodybuilder. I think she really has a good size and amount. Depending on how she looks coming in this year, there's a good chance that she might be a top 3 contender or top 5. Next up here is a lady who I follow. It's Anastasia Ko Balova. And she is from Russia. And this, Russia has put us in great female bodybuilders in the past. And what? She's impressive. She's truly, she's one of I would say one of the mass monsters of the sport. She was going to compete at the, I think originally she was going to compete, I believe it was the Europa Championships. And, she changed her mind. I follow her on social media, said she changed her mind. And she went for this show. This is a show where she earned a pro card back in I think she earned a pro card back in 2019. And then she competed in 2020, but she got 5th place, I believe, 5th or 4th. So if she comes in, and like I said, this is a show where it's more of, to me, the Musclefest is more of a treat. For women's bodybuilding, it's more of a women's bodybuilding show. So depending on how she does, if she can make the top 3, maybe she's a good chance, Up here we have is Claudia, Macario. I mean, I'm sorry, I Miss Claudia, I'm gonna say, and she is from Italy, and she's been competing in physique. She was originally along with Miss Z. They were both in women's physique, but because there was so many few competitors, she leaped over to women's open. And I hope you good luck. Like I said, it's gonna be a tough lineup. And next up we have here is Branka Naskovic. I want to get her now. She's from Croatia. And Branka, if you follow her, she's been on competing for a while. She was competing at the Europa Championships, and she also made a switch. And she was pretty impressive. Oh my God, this is from the championships. Oh my gosh, she was just amazing muscle top of the muscle. This is why I love European women. I think European women really bring a level of muscle development. It's just, wow, you just be awestruck by some of these women. And I think she has amazing physique. She has some great qualities. I mean, wow, look at those lats. I mean, I'm hoping she's just pretty good. Now, this is one thing I'm going to talk about real quick. Yeah, I'm surprised. This is somebody who's missing from the show. Last year's winner, Virginia Sanchez. And I thought she might come back and maybe try to, defend her title. And she got 7th place at the Olympia. And I was certain she might try to, get another qualification. But if you watch the news, they're hearing that now they are dropping restrictions for travel. So more likely with her, she probably want to do more of the American shows. She might try to shoot for the Tampa or maybe Chicago. She mostly competes a lot in American shows. But there's a good chance she might do that. She might just take the time off after the Olympia. Also, this is Monia Grosserio. She's also from Italy. And, Mona, you remember she won the 2019 Romania Musclefest or no qualification for 2020. But then we all know what happened to the world. They all went to pot. And she took second place at the last year's Musclefest. And I thought she was going to compete this show too. The opportunity to maybe get another shot at the Olympia. But my guess, she might take a step back. I think she take a step back for a bit. Like I said, Italian women, these European women just had this is amazing bit of muscle. She is. I mean, she maybe might get see her. And now, like I said, with the travel restrictions getting dropped off a bit, we might see her do some shows here in the States. Like I said, maybe something like the Puerto Rico, maybe New York, or one of the Lindas. So, we expect to look for her. Also, another person who I'm surprised didn't do this show because she's done a show before. She competed both in Women's Open and Women's Physique, and that is Margie Zamalova. As you know, Margie, she earned her qualification by winning the Europa Championship. She earned a lot of points when she competed at the Puerto Rico Pro, also the Portugal Pro. And, she was at one point, she was the point leaders for qualification for the Olympia until she won the, this show. And, it's just, she made, I think she got squeezed in the top 10 at the Olympia. I think she took number 10. And, she has that look to her, very feminine, great muscle. I guess she want to take a break. I think she's going to probably just concentrate maybe on shows like maybe the Portugal Pro or maybe the Europa show where she has done pretty good, or just maybe do a couple of American shows now with the restrictions starting to drop off. So, these are some women that I'm surprised didn't come on the show. There's other ladies like also Anastasia Ko Balova, who I saw on the point system. She has 5 points because she lives in overseas. They gave her 5 points already. And, she couldn't make it because of her visa issues. But, might see her. I thought she might do this show. Or a couple others like Lisa Cross, who I follow on thought she might do it. And a couple more. But, I'm surprised. Some of these ladies might want. I think some of the ladies are really focused on competing more in the United States. Now, this is the list for women's physique. And this is a long list. And I am not, and some of these names are very, 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 very foreign to me. And I am going to more or less concentrate more on the women who I recognize, and there's so few women. Women's open physique has been a while, quite some time. And there's amazing women. And there's some women who have said that she couldn't make the switch. There's some women who, and that is, like I said, originally the list was 24. And then the mistake was made that Nadia was on that list and she got taken off. And then, like 2 other women jumped from women's physique to women's open. So the list has dropped down to 19. So, But on this list, I'm going to notice one name off the gate is Linka Ferrakovica. She is from the Czech Republic. And Czech Republic, Czech Republic put on some great women muscle. I remember back in the day, some great women coming from that country, with great muscle. And, she's the Tampa Bay winner. She also competed at Chicago Pro and the Texas Pro. She didn't do too well at the Olympia, but I think, and this is what I talk about, I think she would make a great female bodybuilder. I honestly do. I think, just a little bit more size, she could be a great female bodybuilder. She has she has it. She has it. That's the truth of it. Next up is one lady who did a video on Miss Gemma Lancaster from, Great Britain. And Gemma, I think she competed at the 2020 Romania Musclefest. She's been competing for some time. She's been, as I did a video about her, she been ready for doing some shows. There were some shows she said it was canceled. At one point, she was wanting to do the Arnold Classic in the UK, but then he had women's physique. As you know, Arnold has dropped. I think Arnold dropped an all women's physique show from all his shows. So, and Gemma looks pretty good. I think she has a great physique. I hope she does pretty good. From what I've seen her on social media, she looks impressive. And she's done well. I think she might do a little better in women's bodybuilding. Maybe, she has to look, Next up is Anne Moon. And I talk about Moon, this beautiful French lady. She has been competing for quite some time. She's competed at the Romania Musclefest quite a bit. She earned her qualification to the Olympia at the European Championships. She's done this twice. She done it twice. And didn't do too good at the Olympia again. I think she got cracked up close to 11th or 12th. But Ann, I think, I said, Ann is a tall woman. I think she's 5'7". That's pretty tall for a woman. I think she has the look. I think we might see her maybe switching, but it's all dependent on how well you, like I said, well, I talk with some ladies in the sport, it says how well you do. Even going next to the bottom, some women don't want to jump over. But I think Ann could have that. I mean, Ann has a great body. Here we have is Caroline Alvarez dos Santos, and I did a review about her. She's from Brazil. Now, last year she won the show, and which earned her a qualification for this year Olympia, but because of visa issues, she couldn't make it, and that's a sad thing. I didn't get a video for her. Reached out to her to see what we could do. The thing is, it's about money, and to tell you the truth, especially with things going on in Brazil, as you know, it was one of the countries that was tied with the United States for what was going on with the virus. And, she's impressive. She has a great body, amazing, great look. Brazil puts out some great female bodybuilders. She has a great, beautiful, great body. I mean, I think she might do pretty good. Looking at the lineup, like I said, it's nearly 19 women. It's gonna be a tough lineup. And if she can, retain her title, that's a great thing. But looking at some of these ladies that are competing here, it's gonna be truly a tough lineup for her. Next is Pen Naguaya from Thailand. And Pen has been competing some time. She was supposed to compete in Olympia, but something happened. I thought she lived in the United States, but I think she still lives in Thailand. And it's difficult when like I said, with things going on, travel restrictions. Ping has a great look to her, great body. She's been in Olympia quite a few times in her career. Also competed at the Reality Phoenix and several other shows. She earned a qualification, I think, by points this year, but because, like I said, with things going on, restriction, travel, all that other stuff, or money issues, she didn't make it this year's Olympia. But this is an opportunity maybe to get another shot to Olympia and get another qualification. So let's say best of luck. If she gets by points, she might get by winning the show. It's all dependent. So the show is going to be starting tomorrow, the 13th. It's going to be 2 full days of live streaming. The live stream will be $39.95 for both days. I'm a fan of female bodybuilder, but hey, I live on a budget. If I had deep pockets, I wouldn't mind. Just to catch it out. But it's also, as you know, the show is Olympia qualifier. Also, it's a pro qualifier. It's a pro-am show too. So we might see, and women's bodybuilding. It's one of the few stages where women's bodybuilding have a pro qualifier. So there's some women who I follow on social media who look pretty impressive, who compete as amateurs in women's bodybuilding. This is an opportunity to get your pro card. So, but like I said, the show is going to be in Bucharest, Romania. They already did the registration the 12th. The actual show started the 13th and ends at the 14th. So check it out. Support women's bodybuilding. Support bodybuilding in general. These people, they are elite athletes. They really put themselves out there. It's like I can talk with quite a few of the people in the sport. It's a poor man's sport. And you know what? They can use a lot of support. Even within their own organization, IBB doesn't support them like they should. But like I said, this is a great show. I will, like I say, I'm going to do, once I think the pro show is probably not till the very next day. They're probably doing the amateur shows tomorrow. And then once I get the list for who won, I'll do a video for that. And also we'll talk about the show on Muscle Talk Monday, which is coming up this next Monday coming. And like I said, support these women, support all these athletes, support these men and women who go out there on the stage and put on a show. They deserve it. And if you are a sponsor, I will, reach out and support a bodybuilder because they can use the help. They can use someone put a little, a few dollars in their pockets with their training and everything else. I mean, I know it's not like I'm begging, but the fact is this is a sport that, it's a lot of risk and with little rewards. So like I said, Romania Musclefest is going to be starting tomorrow. You watch streaming, that's cool. If you're like me, I'm gonna probably try to get in contact with some people that's competing there. I know I'm Nadia. She probably tell me some stuff, drop me some information if I can get in contact with her. But like I said, support bodybuilding in general. This man always Joe Page, aka the Emperor, female bodybuilding talk. Don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.